This video is going to be about dolling! Yay! Or kind of about dolling. Okay, I myself have been dolling for about 3 years now. Wow, 3 years. I am a pixel shader. I use Microsoft Paint, it's easiest. I possibly could have tool shaded / miscellaneous shaded on a few of my first dolls, a couple dolls of tan length. I think there's at least one. I know that I couldn't get the shading right on the shirt, so I used a Caucasian or some sort of blur in Paint.net because my friend told me about it, I think. Hi, Akatari. Anyway, so dolling is basically drawing people and then kind of naked bodies. Usually, though not always, Barbie doll nudity. And this is a base, and then you add clothes and hair and stuff like that. And what attracted me to dolling is actually how I first started out dolling was that I started editing. Everybody says it differently, I know. Elouie, I can always type it. Elouai, I think, and which is a doll maker. And I started editing those because some of my friends were. And from there, one of my friends asked me about something she was drawing, and it's like, oh, cool, you know. I was trying to figure out what Elouie doll it was from. I actually could recognize them after a while. It's gotten new things now, so I don't recognize everything anymore. But she was working on one of Wayuki's faces and drawing one of her original characters, and I think she only has original characters. Anyway, and I asked her about it. It's like, oh, what is this from? What doll maker? And she's like, oh, it's she told me a little bit about dolling, and she sent me to the website, and it's like, oh, cool, And when I first started out dolling, Wayuki's base links were extremely lacking, and it took me a long time to find any good links. And so yeah. My sisters are Lady Akatari, Gaia, Book Geek, and Scissors, who's actually on YouTube. Hi, Scissors! I say too much. Okay, so a sister site is basically, or sibling site, because there are some male dollars. They're vastly outnumbered by female dollars, but they're still out there, and, a sibling site is basically a website that you kind of affiliate yourself with, you're good friends usually, and you make each other dolls and stuff, and not always, it's just, I have so many because I know a lot of friends that doll. I think Gaia was my first sister, and I asked her to be my sister, and then Akatari, then Book Geek, and Scissors asked me to be her sister. And so yeah, you just you link to them, and you're just friends with them usually. I think it may have used to be more of a bigger deal. It's kind of falling out of favor, I believe, especially with the newer dollars that are coming around, the people that trace anime pictures. Dolling started out with tracing. Yes. People are tracing bases now, but they're making them 2,000 pixels high or something. I'm not sure. I never actually look at it, but a normal size base is maybe that big, and to a lot of people that's even big. But these ones are this big, huge, and they can be of varying size. But that might be a little big. I'm never good at judging these sizes. If I look at a doll and I see, or if I look at a base, I can see if that's big or small for me, but I can't think of it. It's I'll see a piece of paper and it's or I'll draw something and I'll put it in Microsoft Paint. It's oh, that's not too big, until I compare it to one of my other dolls or bases, and it's that's huge. But anyway, I have a tendency to ramble. I am going to make a series of dolling videos, and just to kind of tell people about dolling and, you know, Franken-dolling bases, baseless dolls, pixeling, tooling. I'm not a tool shader. I've maybe tool shaded once or twice, if you could call it that even. My tools were extremely limited. I find tooling very intimidating. And yeah, I like my pixel shading. That's it for now. I'm going to try to make up like a little outline or something. I'm probably going to look back at this video and be like, oh, I started talking about this, but then I haven't finished talking about it, but I do that all the time, so that's about it.